G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you. And that's right, it's not actually going to be Marvel United this time. We're looking at the world of Homebrew, so we've got another Homebrew battle ready for you today. But before we dive into that, I did want to just take you through a couple of things. The first is that if you're familiar with the channel or you're familiar with the world of Marvel United, you might be familiar with Andrew Fantasia, who has a fantastic channel, really positive place to go to watch gameplay videos and all sorts of videos all about Marvel United and DC Superheroes United, which is on the way as well, or hopefully it is. But he is also an author, and if you'd like to check out a really cool book of his, he's just released a new book here, which is Djinndependence. So this is his latest work here. So if you're looking for a good read, definitely check out Djinndependence. I believe you can get it in paperback or on Kindle, I think, and I think available through Amazon at the moment. And yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that one. So Djinndependence, yeah, check it out. Thanks, guys. And we also have a couple of shout outs for some new members at the Maple Monkey Facebook community group as well. So thank you to those folks who've come along and joined us. We've got Hugh Fred and George Himes, I think, were the two names. And yeah, so welcome to those two fellas. And you know, I hope you guys can share your love of the game and photos of your minis or your games and that sort of stuff. And yeah, definitely you know, join in the conversation there. I will say that Hugh also introduced me to the fact that there's another way to play Marvel United. If you have been trying to play United against folks around the world and that sort of thing, you might have got onto Tabletop Simulator and played Marvel United that way. And apparently there's also a new sorry, I shouldn't say a new a new system, but another way to play, which is the Vassal system. Vassal, I believe, is another sort of engine for sort of making online games and that sort of thing as well. And Hugh introduced me to the fact that you can play Marvel United there. In fact, I believe he himself made the mod for playing Marvel United, and he's posted some videos on his channel, John Ballywick's Games, I think it is. So if you're looking for some more gameplay videos, definitely check out his channel. He's got some a bunch of videos there from I think season 1, and I think he's got some season 2 characters there as well. Plus he's also picked himself up the DC Superheroes United Hush box, so we may see some videos featuring those characters pretty soon as well. So if you're interested in seeing what Marvel United looks like on the Vassal system, definitely check out those videos, and there might, you know, that might be another way for you to sort of get more access to the game and be able to play against more people as well. So definitely check that out. So thank you to Hugh, or John. I'm not sure if his name is John or Hugh, but yeah, definitely check that out. So thank you very much. Now, speaking of playing some games, let's have a look at what we're doing today. So you might recognize we've got some G.I. Joe characters, and that's right, we're going back into the world of G.I. Joe United. And this is a character that's dear to my heart because I believe he's an Aussie, if I'm getting my characters right here, and that is Major Bludd. All right, cool classic Cobra character, sort of a big mercenary figure. He's got some great art here from Erwin Thunder as well. We're going to be playing 3 heroes today, so he's going to have 8 health. If we check out the back, he's got a little bit of setup here because you might have noticed there's some different stuff going on here as well. So if we have a look here, this says shuffle the weapon deck and place it face up in its slot on the villain dashboard, and then place the payday slot board near the villain dashboard. So I've put it alongside, but you could sort of put it underneath or wherever you really want to put it. And then replace the Clear Threats mission with the Attica Gazette mission. So let's have a look at that now. So if we have a look at his special rules, if there's a KO, we add the top weapon card to the leftmost empty payday slot. So essentially he gets, if he KOs you, he gets to cash in on the reward and earns himself a big payday, and he buys himself a shiny new weapon. So there we go. What else would a mercenary do? And then when Major Bludd bams, first discard the top weapon card face up to the bottom of the deck, and then trigger the top card of the weapon deck and each card in the payday slot from left to right. So essentially you won't know what weapon's going to hit you because it won't be sitting on top. when it sort of bams you. And then a reject bad poetry. So this is a separate little sort of mission here. So each time a threat is cleared, we add a cleared threat token to the Attica Gazette mission instead of the cleared threat mission. And we'll have a look at that in a moment too. His overflow is that he adds cleared threats to the next clockwise location without one. And then we also do have a heroic goal, and that's tied to the Attica Gazette, because essentially Major Bludd is a terrible poet, but he considers himself very sophisticated and a brilliant poet. So he's always sending in his terrible poetry to the Attica Gazette and trying to get it published. So our heroic goal is that we win. The heroes win if there are no threats in play, and at least one mission other than the Attica Gazette is complete. So we have to essentially complete the Attica Gazette mission, which is all about clearing the threats. Okay, so that's that one there. We basically are trying to get the magazine to reject his bad poetry. And each of the threats is based on a line from his poetry, so that's how that ties in. But his villainous plot is that if Major Bludd ever needs to add a weapon card to the payday slot, but all the slots are full, we lose because he's just geared himself up way too much. So there we go. That is our Major Bludd. So we'll set him down here. We'll give him his 8 health. And we'll have a look at this weapon deck now. So this is the weapon deck here, so we'll shuffle that up and then we'll put a card on top, face up, but when we bam, we know that this one essentially won't be at the top, it'll be some mystery card underneath. But this one here, just to give you an idea, this is a Sonic Disruptor and its bam effect, so essentially each of the weapons is a different bam effect. So this bam effect is deal 1 damage to each hero in his location. Alright, so we know that's not the one that's actually going to be triggering in the first round. And then we've got the 3 payday slots there. So if he can get all 3 of those payday slots filled and then he has to put another one out, which essentially is done by causing KOs, then we are in trouble. Otherwise, we've got our regular missions apart from the Attica Gazette there. Let's have a look at his poetry. So we have, each of them is a landing location effect. So as he travels around, wherever he lands, he's going to trigger some sort of an effect. So this one here is my ruthless tactics keep you on your toes. So 1 hero in each location with any thug is dealt a damage. So yeah, my ruthless tactics keep you on your toes, and let's have a look. Because I fight them all, whether friend or foes. And discard all thugs in this location. For each thug discarded, deal 1 damage to 1 hero anywhere. Okay. And then we've got when you're feeling sad and woozy, and then the next line is slap a fresh clip in your Uzi. But this one is Major Bludd recovers 2 health. Can't go above his starting value if he lands there. And then slap a fresh clip in your Uzi is deal a damage to 1 hero in this location and 1 hero in each adjacent location. And then finally, we've got assume the proper firing stance, and then and make those suckers jump and dance. So he loves his rhyming. So this one is trigger a bam using only the top card of the weapon deck. So basically, as soon as he lands here, he does a bam, but only using the top card of the weapon deck. And then if there's a bam on his master plan card, he goes through the regular steps there. So that's that one. And then we have here this one, move all heroes 1 location away from Major Bludd. So essentially, to defeat him, we can make him vulnerable by clearing 2 missions and then trying to knock his health down 8 times, or we can try to clear 1 mission as well as clearing all 6 of the threats. If all 6 of the threats are out of there, we've dealt with his terrible poetry and we win that way. So that's what we're looking to do. Location-wise, we have the oil pipeline up here. We've got Springfield, which a reminder is the secret Cobra base, so any civilians rescued from this spot do not count towards the rescue civilians mission. In fact, they just get discarded. Over here, Broker Beach is going to be a problem considering this mission. To place any amount of heroics on a threat in this location, you have to use an additional heroic, so it essentially costs you 2 heroics to place a token down on that on missions in that spot. It's Broker Beach. We have Old Spanish Fort, and we have the Arctic Research Station and Trucial Bismia as well. So that's what we're dealing with. And unfortunately, I don't have the right models yet for a lot of these, so I'm going to be using Cobra Commander as Major Bludd, and then our hero team, we have Snake Eyes, and I do have the model for Snake Eyes from Big Head Chibis. All of these G.I. Joe figures are from Big Head Chibis. And then unfortunately I don't have the right figures for the next characters, so we're going to be using April O'Neil. She's going to be Dial Tone, and then I've got Casey Jones, and Casey Jones is going to be Outback. So those are our heroes, and these characters are from Polymorph Minis. And whoops, I do also have one last mini that I have to add to the table. It's quite big for, I guess, the purpose for this one, but we're also going to be using a pet companion in this game. So I'm going to put down, this is actually Braveheart the Lion from Brute Force, another mini by Big Head Chibis. I'm going to put him down. He's going to be the pet representing Timber for Snake Eyes there, his pet wolf. And so let's have a look at the team. So Snake Eyes was actually my very first Joe character, I believe. So he's got a starting hand card, so we'll shuffle his cards up here. And along with that starting hand card, because we're adding Timber to the game, Timber also comes with a starting hand card. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that to our starting hand, and then we're going to shuffle these in. And when you use pet companions, they just go in the deck. Essentially, you just get a bigger deck. And yeah, you can see when those cards are coming up because they have a different back, but that's just part of how they work. So there we go. We've got Snake Eyes ready to go. And we'll draw one more card for him. And now he's got his proper starting hand of 3 cards. So we'll have a look at his regular card here, which is, regular starting hand card, which is Silent Warrior. So you may avoid being targeted by 1 henchman's BAM effect each villain turn. So in this particular game, that's not going to be very handy, but it is a wild, so that's not too bad. Now, Timber's starting hand card is that he's a Loyal Guardian. So once per villain turn, discard 1 thug that would be placed in Timber's location. And remember that all pet companions essentially, if they follow the standard rules, you essentially, when it's your hero's turn, they get to move 1 location for free. So Timber on each of Snake Eyes' turns will get to move 1 location for free. Then Snake Eyes himself will benefit from any action symbols at the bottom of Timber's card if that's played that turn instead of a Snake Eyes card. And then yeah, you get this effect as well for where Timber is. Now the other thing you can do is during any villain turn, you can flip this card to prevent 1 damage to a hero in Timber's location. So you can lose the access to that Loyal Guardian ability by flipping this card down to do the ultimate loyal sacrifice, which is to sort of take, essentially Timber takes a hit for for your character, sort of protects you for a little bit. So that's that one there. Then, he's also got himself Ninja Master, so he's going to get 2 punches in his location, and then he can also either do a backflip or do an extra punch. So there you go. So that's his starting hand. Now, this is an exciting character to look at because this is Dial Tone, and he is the first G.I. Joe designed by James Irish. So James Irish is another member of the Homebrew community and the Marvel United fan community, and he has jumped aboard the G.I. Joe train and has made at least 1 character. He's got some plans for others down the track as well, but this is his first Joe design. So yeah, excited to show this one off. And I have also made a version of Dial Tone myself as well, which I'll probably show off at some point down the track as well. But he very graciously also gave me permission to use Erwin Thunder's art that he commissioned as well for those cards as well. So this is pretty cool, and also great art from Erwin Thunder as well. So he's got a starting hand card, and then we'll shuffle his other cards up. Let's see what he gets. Alright, so this is going to be April O'Neil. Unfortunately, I don't have the right models, but again, there is a great model from Big Head Chibies for this guy you can get. So he's got Scrambled Signal. Place a scrambled token on a threat with no health value. So that's the regular threat. So this is going to be a lot more useful than Snake Eyes. Ignore all non-damage effects there while the token is in play. If the villain BAM occurs in that location, remove the token at the end of the villain turn. Okay, so you can sort of temporarily sort of nullify some of the effects of those location threats, and it also gives you a punch or a heroic. He's going to give us a movement as well, and then he's got 2 heroics there, and he's got some other special abilities in his deck that I'm sure we'll come across as well. But Scrambled Signal is that starting hand one. So there we go. That's old Dial Tone, and then another character. This character I wish was an Aussie because his name is Outback, but lo and behold, I think he's actually from Montana or something. But anyway, he's a survivalist. He likes being out in the wilderness, being out alone, and that's kind of how he plays. So he's got a couple of starting hand cards there, and then we're going to shuffle up his deck as well. But he's got this cool shirt that says Survival on it, and then on his file card he has this thing from the I don't know, the Navy SEALs handbook or the Marines handbook or something like that, where it's this acronym for or acrostic sort of thing for survival, and each of the letters is some sort of like hint or handy tip for surviving. So each of his cards is going to have, and we'll have a look at one of them, one of the letters from the word survival. So this is U, and that's for undue haste makes waste. So they all have these little snappy little quips. So this one here, so his whole deck essentially is going to be full of these little tips for how to survive in the wild. This one is you may treat movement on the bottom of the previous hero card in the storyline as a punch or a heroic instead, plus it gives these 2 symbols, so that's what he's going to be able to do with that card. And we have a couple of starting hand ones. This is a pretty simple one. You may ignore the effects that require you to spend 2 movement instead of 1 movement. I don't think there are any effects like that in this game, so not that useful, but there we go, Lie of the Land. And then he's got this one here. This is his sort of main one, which is Lone Wolf. So if you end your turn with no other heroes in your location, place an action token matching 1 symbol at the bottom of the card you just played here. You must spend it on your next turn or discard it. So you get these little temporary action tokens that you don't get to keep for as long as normal, but if you can spend them efficiently, you get sort of a lot of use out of it. So, but it requires you to sort of stay on your own and to go out and strike your own path, sort of thing. So that is Outback. Anyway, so that's the team. Let's get into it. All right, well, let's have a look at old Major Bludd's first turn and see what he's going to hit us with. All right. So we'll flip it over and we'll see what he does. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh man, there's all sorts of stuff going on here. Okay, so first of all, he's not moving. Okay, so he's going to stay here, which is my ruthless tactics keep you on your toes. 1 hero in each location with any thugs, which is our location, is dealt a damage. So we are going to take some damage here. Okay. Alright, who's going to take this damage? Let's have a look. Oh, these are pretty good. These are pretty good as well. Maybe Dial Tone. He's got this single movement, so apologies to James, but I think we're going to have Dial Tone dive on this grenade, so we're going to lose that single move there. Okay, so then there's no BAM, so we don't actually shuffle this deck or any of that sort of stuff there, so we don't need to worry about that. But he is going to drop a lot of tokens here. So he's putting 2 thugs and 1 civilian on either side of him, which unfortunately is going to be overflow. But I think we're okay at this stage of the game. Oh, that's a lot of thugs. Oh my goodness. A lot of thugs there. There we go. Yeah, so we've got overflow, but that's not going to hurt us too bad because they're the cleared threats there are no cleared threats, so we're not having to put those back at the moment, so we're okay there. That hasn't hit us too hard. All right, which means we have to get out here and start working on some plans. So I'm thinking maybe I'd like to go for the Gazette win, but we'll see how we go. All right, so we've got a couple of options here. We've got the move and a punch there from Snake Eyes. I don't think that Silent Warrior is going to be that useful in this particular mission, so I'm thinking maybe let's get Timber and his Loyal Guardian card out here, because if we can sort of stop extra thugs coming out and prevent that extra overflow, that might be useful. So let's do that. We'll pop that down. Now that doesn't give us movement, so I don't think I'm going to send Timber in a different direction. We might keep him as like a guard dog for Snake Eyes, but what we can do is we can either rescue this civilian or we can start working on this threat. And I think I'd like to start working on the threat. So let's put one heroic action down here. Alright, so that is Snake Eyes. Now Dial Tone, let's have a look at you, my friend. We'll draw a card. He's got himself, here's a special action, special card for him. Coordinating Comms. So we'll have a look at it. Okay, and it says, it gives you a heroic action. And then choose another hero. On their next turn, they may use their first heroic action as a wild. Okay, and plus it gives you a heroic as well. So you know that they're going to get use of that because they'll have at least one heroic there. So they'll be able to get, essentially you're giving them a wild. So that's pretty cool. All right. That's pretty cool, but I think I would like to get this scrambled signal out, because there are some of these places that have effects that I don't like the idea of. Place a scrambled token on a threat with no health value. Ignore. Okay, so now this is not a green effect. It doesn't say as long as this is in play. So you don't get to put this out, you don't get to keep putting these back out, once they go away. I think you get to put it out, and then once it goes away, I think that's gone for good. So place a scrambled token on a threat with no health value. Ignore all non-damage effects there while the token is in play. Alright, villain ban occurs in that location, remove the token. Alright. So this one here, I'd love to get rid of this because there's a lot of thugs over there, and this triggers if discard all the thugs, then for each thug discard a deal of damage to a hero anyway. So this isn't. Oh, actually, this could work actually, because it says discard all thugs in this location, then for each thug discarded deal damage to a hero anywhere. And this says ignore all non-damage effects. So essentially, this would stop you discarding the thugs, and if the thugs don't get discarded, then damage can't be dealt. So that we could use that. That would be awesome. We could stop heroes being moved. We could stop a ban being triggered, I guess, because that's not technically a damage, I guess. This one here, we could stop him healing. That could be good as well. But I think considering the situation we're in, that we know there's already 3 thugs there, that's sort of primed and ready to go, I think I'm going to scramble that one. So let's scramble that. I think I'm getting this right. I think we're playing that correctly. Now we've got Dial Tone here, and he's got either a heroic, 2 heroics, so we could clear this mission all together, or we could punch a thug and sort of get working on that. But I think, oh boy. Oh boy. You know what? I think I'm going to try something. I would really like to try just putting each of these like one away from being flipped, so that, because if I clear this now, it's basically sitting there, and anytime there's now an overflow, it's just going to come straight back. So I feel like let's just put one down there. Let's try and outfox old Major Bludd. It means we're leaving this out here, but I feel like this is going to be out here pretty soon anyway, even if we get rid of it. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get started on the defeating thugs. So we'll use a punch and a heroic. Alright, now Outback. He's going to draw himself L for Learn Basic Skills, so he can basically get himself a token there. Alright. But I think we're going to get this Lone Wolf system out, I think. Let's try and get this happening. So, he's going to play this. Gives him a movement, and then if you end your turn with no other heroes in your location, place an action token matching one symbol at the bottom of the card you just played here. Yes, so let's do that. So we'll place that down there. We'll use the movement to leave this spot. Now, where are we going? I was going to head this way, but you know what? Let's go this way because we do have some things to deal with over here. We've got to move, and we can punch or we can use a heroic. Let's maybe do a... Oh, well, you know what? We would need to spend 2 heroics in this spot to do that, wouldn't we? So let's do a punch. Okay, we're going to have to deal with this at some point, aren't we? All right. Broken Beach is definitely not not great for this mission. But that's okay, and then because we've done that, we're ending our turn not in a location with any other heroes, so we're going to put a movement token on this card, is it? So, yeah, you just placed here. Okay, so this is where we place these tokens, and then we can spend it in the next turn. If we don't spend it in the next turn, it goes away. So there's our opening turn. We've done a little bit of punching of the thugs. We've got a little bit of work started on these missions. The thing with this mission is it's a bit of a longer one, so we're going to need to clear all 6 locations before triggering that mission clearing. So the defeating thugs, if we do that too quickly, it's going to take us a while to catch up with that, so we'll have to bear that in mind. Alright, Major Bludd, what's he going to do? So I'm looking for, I'm like, where do I pick up my next card from? Alright, what is he up to? He is going to... Oh, he's moving too, so he's spotted Outback. Obviously Outback's ghillie suit is not working very well. So he's moving there and he is bamming. So before we do the bam though, he is going to recover 2 health, but he can't go above 2, so that's okay. Then he is going to bam, so we have to take this Sonic Disruptor, put it at the bottom, and now he's got a rocket launcher. So the rocket launcher is deal 1 damage to each hero in the location opposite to Major Bludd. So luckily, just hits all these thugs over here in Trucial Bismia, and we're okay. Alright, now we're going to put a couple of civilians and a couple of thugs out. So we've got 1 civilian here. Ooh, now there's a bit of overflow over here. Put this one away, put this guy down here. Okay, but over here we've got overflow. Luckily we made that call of not putting those out, otherwise this would come straight back, so I think that's a good call. Alright, let's put that down. Alright, so we got lucky there. We haven't been hit too hard. Okay, just got to stop those KOs from happening. Well, Snake Eyes, your turn. You've got yourself a single heroic. Now where are we going? Alright, we've got a movement here. We don't have 2 heroics up our sleeve though, so we're not really... It's not probably a great time to go that way. Dial tone, what have you got? You don't have a lot of... Doesn't have a lot of movement there, so if I don't play... I was thinking of just playing the heroic, but I might... Ooh, you know what I might do instead? Is play the move and the punch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 2 movement with Snake Eyes. 1, 2. Interesting. And do a single punch. My issue here is that my loyal companion is not going to be able to get as far. So what I might do is I might move. Ooh, yes, alright, so Snake Eyes is going to send Timber this way because I have a feeling I'm going to move Dial Tone this way. So Timber can sort of protect both of them over there. I think that's my plan. So Timber's going to move that way. Snake Eyes is moving twice and doing a punch here. Okay. Let's see. All right. Dial Tone. Well, he's drawn himself another communicating comms, but now it's based on the punch action there. Okay. I don't know if I was holding that properly. There you go. Alright, so what are we going to do here? Let's see. Communicating comms. Is that what we want to do? We've got to move, we've got to punch. Oh, you know what I think I want to... I think I want to do this. Because I want to get started here. So I'm going to move here. I'll be able to spend 2 heroics to place a single one here. And then I should be able to, in Outback's turn, who doesn't like being crowded here, he's not very happy that everyone's decided to join him, but he then will have the 2 heroics he can use to place some there, or at least one here. That'd be good. Alright. I think that's my plan. Alright, so Outback. You've got to draw yourself another card, my friend. And you have got yourself Vanquish, Fear and Panic. Alright, so you may flip this card to avoid being given a crisis token. Now, I don't think there are crisis tokens in this mission, so maybe not that useful. Ooh. Undue haste makes waste, so if I use the movement... Oh no, it's the movement on the bottom of the previous hero's card. Alright, so that's not that useful. I was going to say I could get some extra heroics and maybe even finish this off this turn, but again, I don't think I want to get rid of that one. I want to maybe get rid of this one last so that nothing comes back in this spot. That might be good. Alright, so in that case, Vanquish, Fear and Panic, probably not that useful. Undue Haste, probably not that useful. Lie of the Land's just going to give us more movement, which we probably don't need. Let's go learn basic skills. Let's do that one. So we're going to... Ooh, and this will give me a wild, and the wild, that way, if I can separate myself, then... Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. I'll get a wild token instead of a move. So I'll spend my move to move Outback over this way. Then I will... Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to spend those 2 heroics from Dial Tone to put 1 more heroic token there. Now, I've stepped this way. I think what I'll do is I will use this wild as a punch. Oh, is that what I want to do? Yeah, let's stop overflow. That's probably a good idea. So we'll do that. We'll punch a thug, and then now I can gain a token here. I think I'm just going to end up spending it straight away, and that I guess I'm going to take a heroic token, and I'm going to put it down on this one here. I was debating doing 2 of those tokens there, but I think I want to at least prevent some overflow, although I don't know, taking 1 thug out might not be that meaningful. I think he probably drops more than 1 thug anyway, so if something's going to land there, it's going to be more than 1, but yeah, let's do that. Alright. So I think it's, speaking of landing there, let's see what Major Bludd does. Is he going to land there? Let's see. Am I happy with where we are? I think so. Alright. And I do have to put a wild token down on the Lone Wolf card. Alright, so that's pretty handy. Alright. So let's flip her around and see what we get. Okay, so, oh, it's a special one. So he's moving 1. Alright. This says dealer damage to 1 hero in this location and 1 hero in each adjacent location. So we're hitting here, and 1 hero here. Now we do have Dial Tone. So Dial Tone's going to get hit there unless Timber jumps in and saves the day. Now, yeah, okay. Alright, let's do it. So Timber's going to jump in and save the day, which means we can no longer use Timber to block overflow. I don't know if that was worth it, but you know what? That's the further we can keep him away from building up more of these weapons, the better, I think. Yeah, okay. Now, there's no BAM here, although I do see a BAM down here, but we'll just see what happens. So, I always knew you were a Philistine, so I think that's when someone insults his poetry. He says, I think he says that to Cobra Commander, so he's been insulted. He doesn't like our efforts to quash his poetry. Now we deal a damage equal to the number of threats that have been cleared, distributed as evenly as possible among the heroes. Now the good news is that we haven't cleared any, so therefore that's not going to do any damage. But unfortunately then it says if no threats have been cleared, he BAMs instead. So he is going to do a BAM, but he isn't placing any more tokens out, so that's pretty handy. So at least Timber's lack of clearing thugs is going to be not too painful, but we do have to do a new BAM. So let's have a look what the next weapon is. Oh, it's a laser rifle. Alright, so dealer damage to 1 hero in both locations that are 2 away from Major Bludd. So he is here, so he's going to hit, oh no, he's going to hit 2 of us. He's going to hit Snake Eyes and he's going to hit, oh no, oh man, and that's Dial Tone's already taken 1 hit, so everyone's going to be having 1 damage done here. So, alright, Outback. What are we going to lose from you? Maybe Lie of the Land? Alright, we'll get rid of Lie of the Land. And, well, that was Outback. Alright, Snake Eyes. What are we going to lose from you? Where are you? You can do a bunch of punching there with Ninja Master. So let's maybe get rid of the Heroic, even though we do want to get cracking with these Heroics clearing these places. I don't know. That's a tough call. Alright. Yes. Alright, he hit us with the lasers, man. Alright. Do 1 damage to 1 hero in both locations, 2 away. Yep, that's the one. Okay, Snake Eyes, what can you do for us this turn? Ooh, Explosives Expert. Alright. We can do 2 punches in the opposite location, then either do a move or a heroic as our action for the card. And we've been given a wild from old Outback there as well. Right. Where are we and what do we want to start working on? Two in the opposite location, so that's just going to hit there. If we step this way, we can hit the 2 in Outback's location. That would not be bad. We could just do Ninja Master and take out 2 in this spot as well. And we can move or punch as well. Does it give us any actions to do heroics? I kind of like the idea of putting more heroics out. So even though I think I'd be better off maybe taking out these guys in Snake Eyes' actual location. I think I'm going to play the explosives experts. Oh no, but then I'd still only be getting to put one out, wouldn't I? Okay then, let's do this. Alright, we're going to go Ninja Master, I think. So, let's see. Let's put a heroic token here with the wild. Then let's do 2 damage. 1, 2. And maybe another one as well. Ooh, okay, we're getting a bit close with these thugs now, aren't we? Alright, now dial tone. You are going to draw a card, and you've drawn yourself a single movement. Where are you, dial tone? You're over there. So either way, what do we want dial tone to do then? We want him. I guess we want him playing. Let's play coordinating comms with the heroic. So that way we can move with Snake Eyes move. Oh, and I've got to, oh, okay, now Timber isn't that useful anymore, is he, for guarding people, so it doesn't really matter where Timber goes. I think we'll just leave Timber where he is at the moment. But yeah, so we've moved. We're going to use the heroic. Oh, we've got 2 heroics there. Oh, interesting. 2 heroics. Well, let's use at least one. Get this one here. How are we feeling with overflows now, though? Do we think maybe we're dealing with enough stuff here that we can afford to start clearing some of these places? Or are we going to get hit with an overflow soon? Alright, let's use that other heroic to rescue a civilian. Now, unfortunately, the civilian is going to go to waste. It gets discarded because it's actually a Cobra agent in disguise. Alright. Now, Outback. We'll draw a card for Outback. Ooh, A, act like the locals. Alright, so this time, what do we get to do? If there are more, if there were more thugs than civilians in your location at the start of your turn, which is correct, there are more thugs than civilians, gain a punch token. If there were more civilians, gain a movement token, and then otherwise gain a heroic. I don't think I want a punch token. I mean, we could just shift gears and go into like attack mode. We could like clear a couple of these missions and do that, but alright, let's go with let's maybe not use that one. Ooh. Do we go with this heroic, punch or heroic? Yeah, let's do this. We're going to play Undue Haste Makes Waste. I think I'm kind of wasting it here. Let's see. Oh, I am too. Is this really what I want to play? I think it is, because I want the extra heroic. So I want these 2 heroics. This is going to be a wild anyway. So, but I've got this wild token here. What I would like to do is move to this spot so I can stay on my lonesome. And then I'm going to put a couple of heroics down. 1 and 2. There we go. I will therefore be allowed to take another token. I think I'm going to take a heroic token, because I can choose one or the other now. Yep, 1 symbol. We'll put that there. Alright, and I'm ready to go for next turn. Okay. Yes, I sort of didn't use communicating comms or undue haste probably to the most maximum potential, but I feel like that's what I wanted to do in that turn anyway, so I probably could have made some better choices there. Let's see how Major Bludd responds. Alright, where's he going to land this time? Oh, let's see. Oh, he's moving 5. Where is he now? He's here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He lands back in the healing spot, but luckily we haven't done any damage to him. He is going to BAM though. Alright. And again, he's not really believing in putting any more tokens out, so we've been getting lucky with the overflow there. Maybe that's time to strike. Okay, but let's see what he's going to do to us. So he's going to BAM. Put the laser rifle at the bottom. Whoopsie. I haven't picked up all the cards. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Alright, laser rifle at the bottom. And we've got the shotgun. Oh, okay. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Major Bludd's location. Luckily, he did not land on us. So, and luckily, Timber is laying low. He doesn't count as a hero. So, ooh, we got away with one there. Alright, so that means it's time for us to keep working on our mission here. So, let's see. Snake Eyes. Ooh, now this is a good one. Infiltration Expert. Alright. Gonna sneak in somewhere so we can move to any location with a threat, then punch or heroic. Then we've also got a heroic on the card, and we've got punch or heroic there. So this is going to give us a lot of options here. Ooh, yeah, what do we want to do here? Do we want to go over and finish that off while we can? Do we feel like we can stop overflow pretty quickly now, or do we want to get cracking on this? I think maybe I should head here and start working on that. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's go. We'll use a heroic from Outback's card there. Now we're not moving as far as we possibly could here, but we are going to move directly to here with Infiltration Expert. We're going to pop up at the Arctic Research Station, and we're going to do 2 heroics. Alright, and now we've got all of the places ready to be knocked over, so now we're looking good. Okay, so here we go. Alright, so Dial Tone, let's try and knock over as many of these places and keep the civilians and thugs in check. Alright, Dial Tone. Oh, got himself a single punch. Alright, so coordinating comms, what do we need? Where are you, Dial Tone, and what are you going to do? You're there. Well, do we need you to move? You don't have a move and a heroic. Let's play this. Whoa. Do we want to play this yet? Yeah, let's do it. Alright. Let's play this. This will give us a punch and a heroic and another potential heroic. So let's do a punch and then a heroic. Alright, so we cleared one of his poetry missions. So now this is, well, let's not put it there. Let's put it here, because he could get that back now. We have also lost the scrambled signal, so we've given that up. And so we did the punch and heroic, and we've got either a punch or a heroic left. Now I'd love to take out this guy, but that would then push us into a different territory. So this also says you may turn in any number of civilians here into thugs. You may then defeat one thug in this location. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to discard this guy by using a heroic there. I think we'll leave it there. Alright, and then Outback, you are going to draw Remember Where You Are. Okay, so that's R for Remember Where You Are. Okay, and that is if an effect causes you to be moved during a villain turn. Oh, okay, you could I could prevent if he lands there. You may flip this card to move to your original location. Okay. Now, where am I starting my turn again? No, I'm starting with more thugs. Do I want a punch token? Not really. What do I want to do? I've got a punch from... Oh, now I can treat this as a wild, though. I've got a wild. I suppose if we tip things over now, it's not too bad, because at least we're at the end of the cycle. And we can probably get one of these done, can't we? We do have a hero. Oh, we've got a heroic here as well. What can we get out of this turn? Let's try this. Alright, act like the local. So we're starting our turn in a place with more thugs, so we're going to get ourselves a punch token. Alright, punch token for Outback. But he's got a heroic that we have to spend this turn or we lose it. And essentially we've got 2 wilds here. 1 and 2. Because coordinating comms treats that as a wild. That punch is a wild. So I've got 2 wilds. Got this punch. Let's see what we can do. 1, 2, I could place that there. Alright, let's place 1 heroic here. Clear this mission. Oh. That's interesting. I'm worried about this spot. I am worried about that spot. 1, 2, 3. Let's go 1 move with a wild. Another wild to clear this location. Okay. We're getting there. I've got this punch. I guess I could punch this guy before leaving. Now we've cleared defeat thugs. Okay. So they're all gone. Now, and I think that's everything. I think I used my move to, so I used a star, I used a move, I used another heroic to do that, did the punch back here. I think that's everything. Now I've ended in a spot by myself again, so I can put another wild out here. We're looking good there. I may discard a card to give another movement token to each other hero. I don't think I want to do that, considering if we put ourselves closer to being KO'd, he's going to get more weapons out, so we probably don't want that happening. But we do... I really did want to land back here. Add 1 action token from the pool to a single matching symbol on a threat card. So I could have stayed there and sort of finished off a place from further away, but maybe I can jump back there and do that. Okay. Oh, and that says add 1 action token from the pool to a single matching thingy. Oh. Additional must be spent. I wonder, I'm guessing, because this doesn't say that you're spending an action token, you're just placing a symbol there. So I think this pipeline overrides Broker Beach. So I could use that to finish that off too. That's good to remember. Alright. So we've got all our poetry down here. Well, let's see. Major Bludd is very angry now. He's under pressure, so he's going to be going every 2 turns. We just have to finish off 3 of these, and that's pretty much it, actually. So we are in a good spot at the moment. Alright, we're looking alright. But what's he going to do with this BAM? Is he going to do a few KOs or something here? Let's find out. We are pretty spread out, so that's probably in our favour. He's going to move. Alright, he's moving. Uh-oh. He's moving 1. He lands here. That's going to deal a damage to... Luckily, this is timber, but he's going to deal damage to Snake Eyes over here. Snake Eyes, ooh. Let's lose the Silent Warrior. It's got a wild on it, but we get a lot of symbols from Explosive Expert, so I feel like maybe we save that one. Then he's going to bam. Oh, but we got lucky with the overflow. Aha! Yes. Okay, so he's not... This was the one we were worried about. Okay, so he's landed here. He's going to do his bam though. Now this could be problematic. This could be a problem. What's he going to do? He's going to do Sniper Rifle. Whoa, 1 damage to 1 hero anyway. That's okay, because we can choose that to be Outback or Dial Tone. Alright. Oh, well, they've both got essentially a move and a punch. Remember where you are. I guess that's a bit more useful. Let's lose Dial Tone. Now let's lose Dial Tone's punch actually, because now it's more important to have movement to get somewhere and use a wild or heroic, I guess. So let's do that. Alright. Let's see what you're up to, Major Bludd, trying to make me make bad decisions. Okay. But I think we've got your number now. There we go. And one more over here. So he's putting out some guys. So now we're in a bit of a pickle, because now a few places could also overflow. So we want to be really quick here. We only get 2 hero turns. Can we get it done? Can we clear 3 in this turn? Maybe this might be useful. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, Major Bludd. Let's put this in the line here. Oh, we do have a wild here. This is handy. Alright, so. Oh, but it's a move or a heroic. Well, let's see what we draw. We need a move and a heroic would be amazing. Let's have a look here. Are you kidding me? That is amazing. I just saw what that was, and that is flat out amazing. Oh, Explosive Expert, no thank you. We want Ninja Master, throw Ninja Stars everywhere. I think this is going to help seal the deal. So let's have a look. We've got a movement. We've got 2 essentially heroics. We've got a heroic here and we've got a wild here. So we can put a heroic down here, clear this one. Thank you very much. And then we'll do a commando roll, flip in the air and land here. And we will clear this mission here. There we go. And so all we need to do now is, let's see, pop these down here. All we need to do now is clear this, and we will draw ourselves a card here. Oh, and I was going to use Dial Tones. I was going to use the movement to come over here and place the symbol here, but it turns out Dial Tone is the hero of the day with a move and a heroic. Let's talk about wanting a move and heroic. We got both in a row. He's going to be able to move, then he's going to be able to spend 2 heroics to do it the legitimate way. And there we go. We have cleared 1 mission, and we have cleared the 2nd mission, which is the Attica Gazette, and that is our heroic goal, and we have managed to take down Major Bludd. Very, very cool. We were down to 1 card here and 1 card here with Dial Tone. Outback had a couple, but with knowledge of how Major Bludd works, if that snowball starts to happen, it can get out of control very quickly. So even though it seemed like he wasn't very far along his goal there, being able to have lots of different BAMs hitting lots of different locations can cause that to sort of like rapidly get out of control pretty quickly. So we did all right there. I think we we managed to get away with it, and yeah, that was very cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one, yeah, that was Major Bludd. One thing I should say as well is if you find that he's a little bit too easy with Major Bludd, what you can do is you can make his goal that you have to sort of clear all 3 of the missions plus the Gazette as well, and that makes it a little bit harder as well. But I find that because he sort of tends to go pretty quick if he does get you, sort of thing. That sometimes that can be a little bit too much, sort of thing. So just up to you. You sort of play how you like the difficulty setting, and yeah, hopefully he's still a lot of fun for you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was another in the series of G.I. Joe United. I've been having a lot of fun making these. I've only got the one more villain battle to show off at this stage with characters that have been designed. Hopefully we'll get to more down the track as well, but in terms of what's been designed so far, we've got the Dreadnoks battle yet to go, which is a big multi-villain fight, so that'll be a fun one to show off. And we've got a few more Joes down the line, so I hope you guys really liked Dial Tone, because yeah, that was great that James Irish has jumped on board and is making some characters here, so he was a lot of fun. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to show off the Dial Tone that I've created as well. We've also done Lady J and Flint as well, so really looking forward to getting those guys to the table as well. So in fact, that's 3 of them, so that might be the next the next Joe battle might feature those 3. So yeah, looking forward to that as well. So yeah, in terms of stuff to look out for, if you are in the world of Marvel United, you follow the Discord or the Facebook community and those sorts of things, definitely sort of keep your eye on the Homebrew world. We've got, I think I mentioned it before, I think his name is Beast Bites, has been making some great character art for different heroes and villains and stuff that haven't had art made for them yet, and that sort of thing as well. So if you've got ideas for characters in the Marvel United universe that you want to make rules for, definitely check out some of the art that he's been producing, because at the moment it looks like it's mostly just art that he's making. I don't know if he's going to make rules for these characters as well, but yeah, if you're looking to make some of those characters, there's great art being put up there. In terms of myself, the next project I'm going to be working on for my daughter is actually K-pop Demon Hunters, so I'm really excited to show that off. So down the track you'll see some gameplay, hopefully, with the K-pop Demon Hunters cards. So really having fun sort of playing around with the ideas and how they're going to work on the table. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And if you are following all the stuff that Big Head Chibis are doing, they've got some great characters coming out. Now's a great time to jump in as well, because they've got like a Halloween batch of characters as well. There's a brand new welcome pack as well, so if you sort of had looked at their range before and didn't really weren't really sold on some of the stuff that was in the welcome pack before, check it out, because there's a whole new range of new updated characters and that sort of thing as well. So definitely something to check out. Yeah, I'm probably forgetting a bunch of things that I always end these videos and think, oh, I should have talked about that, and I should have talked about that, but we'll save that for the next video. But yeah, keep having fun with your games. Definitely swing on by the Meeple Monkey Facebook community group if you wanted to show off your stuff or just have a chat about the game and that sort of thing as well. Lots of friendly faces there. That's actually one thing I should mention as well. I'm going to be going to PlayCon 26 next year. So I went to PlayCon this year in Sydney and really enjoyed it. They're upgrading to a brand new venue down at the International Convention Centre at Darling Harbour. If you're familiar with Sydney, that's a much bigger venue. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So I encourage anyone who is living in Australia, living in Sydney, or anywhere close, or can get here next year, definitely check that out. It's going to be in July. I think it's July 3rd, starting on that Friday, going all weekend. So if you want to come and have some games, look for us there. And I really had a great time. Shout out to all the wonderful folks that were there and played some games with us and tried out the homebrew stuff that I brought along, and thanks for all the people that invited me to their games as well. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, really looking forward to PlayCon 2026. So, and if you are living in this area, definitely look at getting some tickets there. They've gone on sale just recently, so should be a lot of fun. Finally, I do want to say thanks to Pedro Vargas and Len from Dice It Up Gaming, my 2 members. Thank you for that support, and thanks to all the folks that have subscribed and watched the videos, and I hope you guys enjoy these. And yeah, I can't wait to bring you more games and more action-packed stuff, and hopefully we'll bring down the next G.I. Joe villain at some point down the track too. So awesome. Thank you very much, guys. See you later. Meeple Monkey out.